can be our laugh track.
Can you feed me?
All right, we back. It's hindsight. We just saw Bullet Train. Thoughts?
I need you to feed. I'm hungry.
Well, I wrote notes and I have thoughts.
You
Do you guys
wrote
want to get
notes.
into the car?
No, I have to get into.
You're the laugh track for today.
I don't know why.
You just laugh a little bit and then we'll like put you in the editing. All right,
know.
everyone gets inside.
Can you put the top down?
I'm in the bag.
Down, girlfriends.
How do I get in the bag?
You see that little schmuckle over there?
No, I don't even know what that word
I need
means.
to turn the car on.
Yep. You see?
Oh, and it's coochie coochie.
Coochie coochie.
Why'd you drop the hood? I guess that's fine.
I don't know. She wanted to drop the hood.
Are you fancy, huh?
Do you know me?
Okay. Yeah, let's give him some space.
Wait, do you have food?
I do not.
All that popcorn.
Food.
Hold on, let's see how long it'll
Why
take.
did you eat all that
All
popcorn?
that popcorn.
There was a
Did you
bucket
eat it
of
all?
popcorn.
You guys ate it
Yes,
all?
I ate it all. I ate it all
Because
myself.
it's not low glycemic.
Oh, you have like things. So I wrote notes on napkins. We went to the dine-in, so they gave us like napkins.
I thought you. I, thought they
I
were
first
going
need to
wait
like
on us.
find what is the start.
Oh, that's perfect. Only
I
2
think-
hours.
Only 2 hours.
Yeah,
Do you want to start saying something about the movie?
You know what?
He already did.
I
You're
thought
about
it
to get
was
fired
good.
too.
But I will say it might have been better if, and this is just my personal opinion.
If you wouldn't fall asleep during.
I didn't fall asleep.
I kind of did.
If Brad Pitt was not the main star, I feel like there's a lot of people who could have done that.
Joey
They maybe
King.
done that some justice, but I feel like it was a Japanese movie and they kind of just like threw in Brad Pitt as the main star, like whatever.
So
But
Token
the
white
movie
guy.
itself
He's
was
a
cool. A
token
lot
white
of
guy.
blood, a lot of gore.
What?
It's a
It was like
token white
anime.
guy. It was like anime. That's what I thought.
So I did love that there was like a very like Japanese like Asian style to
For
the
sure.
movie.
Greatest
And I
ever.
also like wondered, you know, like when you think about it in a bigger picture, right? Like there's like a fascination with the Asian culture now. We have like Squid Game and this movie and like
Korean.
and well, Asian in general. Like
Yeah,
America is not
Korea is Asia.
in general, what I'm trying to say is that America is not all about like, you know, Top Gun and na. Like we're seeing some other storylines, and I think that also because they gave it like 50.
I forgot there's no top.
Oh, there's no top. This is what a convertible does. I also like it got 53 on Rotten Tomatoes, which
I can see why, because there was something about the story that was lacking. It was a fun adventure, a bunch of wild stuff, but I actually didn't really give a fuck about any of the characters.
You know what? I have it in my notes because I wrote like in about like 15 minutes in. I was like, do I
Where
care
did
about
you get
any
a
of them?
pen?
I had them in my purse. I'm turning into that old lady that like have all the necessities in her purse.
I mean, I always have a pen, but
I mean, it's not a
holy
purse,
shit,
it's a
like,
funny fact.
You said I have notes.
I seriously wrote notes. Did you know that like, well, at least they say it that J.K. Rowling like wrote Harry Potter on like
On napkins,
on
yes.
napkins.
I
Maybe
never
it's
knew that. I never heard that.
a cute little story,
Or
but
in a
like ever
cafe.
since I'm feeling very
When
fancy
driving.
about myself when I'm like taking a bunch of napkins and writing on them with them. So
All right, run through this. Go through your notes. I see you do.
go
have a
through your
teaser.
notes.
Yeah, just
I was
burn
like
through it.
in the middle, like 20 minutes into the movie. Do I care about any of them? And then I also wrote over here to be fair for the movie, ask you what did I miss in the first 5 minutes when I went to buy
Nothing.
popcorn. Okay, so probably haven't changed that. I didn't really
Didn't
care
change,
for any
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, nothing
And
was
then
really hitting
it brought it to what you said about the 53 Rotten Tomatoes, that it didn't follow the save the cat like American rules.
the
And you know,
cat.
that means nothing to
Classic
me,
Hollywood
but it's really like you have to have some characters who you really care about. And honestly, Tangerine and Lemon were the only characters I really gave a fuck about. Honest, that like at the end of the day, their story I was way more curious about, and they didn't even tell me any more backstory.
Like, I feel like there were a lot of like cool shtick about the movie of like, you know, kind of like a break, and then we're like going to like an extra story within the story, which is cute, and we had a lot of cool characters, but
Yeah,
like
it was a good ride.
we
It was a
didn't.
bullet
It
ride.
was a cool ride. It was a
It's
cool
like
ride.
Speed.
But I also didn't really care for any of them.
Yeah, no, that was the main thing. Is like I loved the aesthetic. I like the
loved it.
titles popping up.
I
and
had
everything.
it too.
That was
I
great.
love the colors. I wrote.
Yeah, that
I mean,
was
the
great.
integrated graphics.
That was great. But I don't know.
Also, the
You gotta
two
have great
characters are very much like Pulp Fiction assassinators. What their name?
Yeah, and Brad Pitt just didn't do it for me. And Sandra Bullock looked like Michael Jackson at the end. Did anybody else see that?
They also like kept her
Whoa.
for like I mean like who was the other star that showed up for
Ryan
exactly
Reynolds.
2 frames
Ryan Reynolds. And we had Channing Tatum in there for a second too.
or like
that was
another frames?
that was fun, you know. That was fun. That was
Yeah, especially that he gave me some gay references. I'm in for that. But if he already gives gay references with Brad Pitt, we could have seen a little bit more abs. It would have helped.
There were
the
no
sales.
abs.
There were no abs in the movie.
You see
Hey,
him
you
tattoo
know what? It
them?
was about the story. I thought it was like a ladybug, and you know, like isn't there like some Japanese folklore about this, that, or the other? I'm
All
sure
right,
they were trying to make
let
it
me
like really
see.
dense, but it wasn't.
What else did I write over here? I also wrote in the dark, so it's very hard to
I
understand.
can't believe you were
This is like I have like a spoiler alert, so I'm not gonna share that
We
with our
spoil on hindsight.
Oh,
it
we
doesn't
do
matter.
spoil?
Yeah, we just talk. It's
I
all
knew
hindsight.
that the big monster is gonna be the murderer. Like every time that you have like a big fuzzy monster and it's all pink and cute, it has to kill everyone.
That's legit. She was dead in seconds. That was who? What's her name? Zoe something.
Yeah, she was like,
I like
dead
her.
in a minute.
I feel like the people from Atlanta all work together all the time. I love it.
I
It's
feel
a
like
community.
all the people that like actually like the stars,
The show
other than
Atlanta.
Brad Pitt, they paid Brad Pitt and they're like, okay, that will be your movie. But everyone else is like, we'll bring you in for like a day and it'll probably film in soundstage in LA, and they're all like, you know.
Yeah, but Brad Pitt did not lead that movie well, in my personal opinion. I like the character they were trying to portray him as, but somebody else
like him
could've
as an
liked-
actor.
Me, I like him as an actor too. Don't get me wrong. I fuck with Brad Pitt, but this movie could have been really knock it out the park, but he just didn't knock that out the park. It was like he was coming out of
Oftentimes-
retirement.
Oftentimes with big movies, I feel like I can see the conversation of the executives in the room. They're like,
What is it?
what
a Sony
if?
movie?
What? It's a Sony. It's any big movie, right? Because you have like million people who need to put their input on the movie, unless they're
Yeah,
not
for
gonna
sure,
feel
for
like
sure.
their salary is evaluated, someone's gonna fire them, their dick is small, right? So I can totally see that there was like, what if it's an assassinator that is actually looking for inner peace? Oh, that sounds great.
That was
And it's
so
like,
woke. It was so woke.
it's
was
so
many
woke. It
beautiful
sounds
woke
awesome,
elements,
but then when
yeah.
you're like trying to write it, it's all like falls very like Santa Monica, like
It
yoga
literally-
works.
It felt too
jokes.
much like that. That is what,
Yeah.
yeah. It felt
Oh,
too
I
much
can
like
see
that,
your
to where it wasn't even
chakra.
funny.
Your crystal.
You know what? It could have been funny if done by a different person too. I just feel like Brad Pitt wasn't selling me on that because he's like a fucking 65-year-old man who's
Still
who's-
sexy.
but he's rich and he's like, yeah, I just don't buy it from him.
Okay. Does anyone want this?
I couldn't buy it from him.
I
No,
love
man.
the wolf sequence.
That was excellent. Too.
That was
yeah.
excellent. Talking about telling a story with visuals, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but the only words that we're saying in that sequence is "mi corazón," and then when he died, he said "mi corazón,"
Don't
and it
forget
was
his
cute.
howls.
It was cute. I was
It
like,
no, that was excellent. That's probably like one of the highlights of the movie.
technically,
low-key.
I feel like they're like that was the height of the movie, and all the camera, it reminded me of music that I
No
was
cap.
into.
I was excited during that moment, and then it started going downhill from there. That was a good one.
I mean, there was
that
a
might have
up
been
and
my
down.
shot of the movie. Everybody shot of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, he did a great job. Too bad they let him die really fast. Also, have you noticed the product placement in the movie?
Fiji water?
Fiji water for sure, but have you noticed the other one?
Nope. Coca-Cola.
No,
Gun.
Corona. And when he
my
was
God.
like the
Come on,
white
there was
depth,
plenty of.
there was
lot
like
of it, though.
a zoom when he was like holding a beer because he's Mexican and he was holding Corona, and I was like, cute.
That's the cyberpunk vibe. Is you can just be. I saw like the neon colors and all the movement. You could just put ads everywhere.
So another like thought, I feel like in today's day and age, a good writer knows how to like thread a product placement without getting too cheesy. I talked about it with another friend when they were like in the boys, when he's like waking up in the morning and he's like, want to have sex, and she's like, well, but I will brush my teeth and then we'll like get it on. And she's like, I say, bring your Aqua Fresh. And then every time that they're referring to sex, they're referring to like, don't bother, bring your Aqua Fresh. And it's like, guys, this is just cheesy. So the Fiji water, I think they did a good job with placing the product over here. It was clear that it's a product placement, but I didn't care for it.
I feel it.
Right? So that was another thought that I had in the middle of the movie.
This is good water.
Fiji is a good water, though I'm not understanding.
But I like the they made it a character, and I thought that was cool. That validated it by having that little backstory for the water bottle.
Yes, the water bottle story was like
go through that journey, and actually, that reminds me of the other character who I feel like didn't really get used at all. Was like the father of the boy of Wadaru. I feel like he was barely in the movie. But I like him as an actor. I like all of them as an actor, but they really didn't have a part. But at the end, they just had a really big part. But I'm just like, I don't know, it just wasn't flowing right.
It was pretty traditional to like, every Asian movie you need to have like that older like sensei who knows everything.
But that was funny.
And you don't think that he can walk, and he has like a cane, but the cane is actually a sword, and he's gonna kill everyone. We've seen it a million times. But he's cute. I mean, he did that well. Does anyone want to? No, you guys are good.
But yeah.
What else did we have? Did you notice? So he had this like whole thing with like the stickers and the train.
That was
like
awesome. I love that character trait about him. That's why I like those two. I felt like were the most well thought out characters, honestly.
So
and I guess Zoe, like the poison girl, she was actually dope too.
Only at the end, I was like, oh, he's using it because they're on a train.
Oh, just thematics.
Yeah, like that's like the theme. That was cute. The car just turned off.
And I like him, putting all the stickers on everything.
Are you on auto?
That was solid. That was solid.
Sure.
But yeah, again, my biggest thing was just like really caring about the characters, and I didn't care about anybody but Tangerine and Lemon. They were like the funny ones. I feel like they were always subverting my expectations. Everybody else was just kind of like whatever. Even the White Death, I didn't care.
I wasn't scared of him.
Yeah, it just didn't matter to me. Like his whole story was goofy. Everybody getting these people killed and wives
he was
dead.
creepy.
It just, I don't know.
Like if I'm going to like a grinder hookup and he's there, I would turn around. But like it wasn't like nightmare.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, let's see what else do we have here. The killing sequence at the end and the beginning when they're like, how many have we killed? 15,
that was funny. 14? I had the
14?
idea of that for that, and now I feel like I can't use it because I just saw it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything is regurgitated. Art is remaking of art.
Well, I might not use it now, but
I was also like,
that was fun. That was a lot. There was a lot of gore in this movie that I didn't expect.
I was also like, why is everything? Are we a society that has to have violence and everything, unless it's not like, or is that just like a douchey thought?
I wanted the violence though. Bring the violence.
You were like, all violence needs to be blood.
It was a lot of blood though. It was more than it was just like gruesome ways of killing people, and I'm just like,
I do appreciate movies.
Cane through the face with a sword through the eye. Great.
I do appreciate movies that like still entertain you and still like gives you tension and what was that? I feel like
no.
We got our first
I'm
comment.
so sleepy.
Blood? Is that what?
Blood, yes. There's
Okay, that's the quote. Okay.
A lot of blood.
Lots of blood.
Just spurting out.
Lots of blood. So train stickers says that she's touching things.
Buttons.
Touch.
I don't.
What are you doing?
I just want to see what it does.
Buttons.
Do you still have a CD player in here?
No.
Oh.
But like it kind of feels like it's 2008.
I feel like
You so 2008. I'm so 2008.
I feel like the face comes down and
That was
there's
a
a
banger,
CD
though.
player.
You got that.
The Black
No.
Eyed Peas was going
Right.
hard for a second there.
Boom,
All right,
boom,
guys,
boom.
rate it. Rate the movie. What do you think?
You know, I don't think that it's like I first of all, I also went through all of my notes, and I think I went through everything other than one that I really cannot understand what I wrote over there. And also, like,
You were
la-
writing in the dark.
I was writing in the dark. That's a
Rate
lie.
it.
Rating. I don't think it's a 53 thing. I would maybe want a little bit more like narrative. Like let's follow the rules. They're there for a reason, to like care about the character and all that shit. So, but not 53. I would give it like 75. I think it's a great.
Out of 10, you got it 1
Out of 10.
So
Okay,
you know
so
it.
just like take 1 0.
7.5. We got
7.5.
from there 7.5.
Oh, I fell asleep.
She fell asleep.
Patricia, give me a number. Your number is
6.
woo 6 out of 10. It's getting dark out here for this film.
It'll
I
be
do
on
think
TNT
though
in 2 years.
it's not a
Oh,
good
man.
movie to like watch at home because then you fall asleep. But then it's a great movie to watch on a flight because then you fall asleep.
But it's
Ah man, I like the movie, but I might still.
really love it.
I get the
feel
53.
like, you know, especially as people who are working in film and like we see how much it feels shitty to be like, you know,
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna have
because
to
I've
give
seen
it,
so much work but went into it, like the art
all the
design,
graphics.
the DP was great.
Yeah,
Everyone,
it was
even the
beautiful. All right.
actors, but it's just like
I'll cop out. I'm gonna cop out and give it the 7 then, and that's just the balance.
But
between
now
everything.
we're just feeling petty, and it's not.
But it
good.
was like one set.
It was
green
one set.
screen.
So you're like,
The
dude,
money-
they didn't work so hard.
I think we're going 6.5.
The
We'll just
money's in
6.5
the
it.
graphics.
The money's in the graphics.
Yeah, they didn't. I don't know. They could have done so much more with that film, and I don't know. All that promotion and everything, I did have a certain kind of excitement for it. It did not live up to that expectation.
I mean,
It wasn't
that's a good
bad.
trailer for sure.
Sure, yeah, but like the little girl as the baddie and all that stuff, and his daughter, like I just didn't.
Also, we can
care.
choose a different outfit. We've seen that outfit before.
Of course.
What
she's
outfit?
a daughter.
What outfit? What are you talking about? The
Like
little girl
the
with her
little
pink
skirt
bikini,
and, like,
she
the
was
thing.
just too generic. She looked creepy. I just wasn't feeling it. Her character was just stupid. It was pointless. I would have rather it been like the classical mastermind kind of person versus this little girl like,
They could have made her hot.
don't shoot me.
She could have been hot.
She could have been hot.
Yeah, I might even roll with that more if she was hot.
It will
But-
hammer the daddy issues better if she would have been like hot and slotty, kind of like I need daddy's attention.
I feel it.
And also why
It just I don't know. Her character was so many characters were stupid. The brother, I didn't care about anybody. I just didn't care about anything.
and it was all about because he lost his wife,
Yeah.
or it's just like a badass.
Maybe I did like that part. I did like when they did the backstory on why everybody was there, and it's because they all contributed to his
Like
wife
I
dying.
cared for the wolf guy because whatever, like I've seen his girlfriend for like maybe a second, but like they told me a story in
It
visuals
sure
and I
did.
was into it. And I was like,
The
it
next
was
thing
like
you know,
the
she's
opening
throwing
of
up
Up,
blood.
right? The opening of Up is like the saddest 10
Oh, yeah.
minutes of cinema ever created. Like CJ said that like after he saw that, he was basically went out of the cinema. He was like, fuck this, I don't want to see this anymore. So they did a really great job like telling the story in a visual in that little sequence of the wolf. And I cared about his story and like why he's like, as his wife was hot, they had a great wedding and someone ruined it. So he's now on a Kill Bill mission. But anyone, like the other guy, like I didn't know his wife. I know that she was driving a car and she got into a car accident and her husband, who's a lot uglier than she is upset about it. Sucks. He's ugly. Like no one will love him like she did because
That's
he's
the best
ugly
you could
and
do.
old, and he's
Sorry,
like full of weird
Well,
scars.
he knew. That's why he went on a killing spree.
Yeah, he's like.
That's
damn
all
it.
he has.
No, like yeah.
All right. Well, I'll still say go see it to anybody who like anime and fast-paced stuff. It was anime. and
I
it's
say
fast-paced.
if you're on a
Trains?
flight and you see that, perfect movie.
It'll be on TNT
action,
in
yeah, it's a TNT
December.
movie. It's an action thriller. People are gonna like it,
You know,
but
during Christmas they
It
do
just-
the
yeah.
marathon movies.
they just couldn't
Yeah,
take
but
it
then
down.
it's like you're with grandma over there falling asleep, and she's like, "What?
All right, we out.